like, I'm 37 right now, and my both parents passed away, and I have this problem of thinking about how this thing went so fast, and I felt that I didn't have time to tell them about how I feel about them, and mainly felt that I was not genuine to them during this period. So this is part of my struggle, and I feel also that I live alone right now, and my two brothers live abroad, and I also have to live on my own in the family house, and with all the memories and everything. And also in my culture, it's like you have the stigma of a woman living on her own. So that's another issue I would like to explore more about. And so so yeah, I have this feeling of missing my parents, and I feel a lot of guilt about how our relationship was during their sickness, and yeah, I have a lot of guilt.
Okay. First tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Lebanon. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
And do you still live there, or are you back and forth?
Yeah, I'm back and forth.
You're back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have two brothers. Yeah. One lives in Kuwait, and one lives in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm mainly in Beirut, but I mainly live in Beirut. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more about your family. Tell me about your dad, and tell me about your mom.
Yeah, well, my dad was this guy who's very successful and who believed in bringing us up in a way where um, to be individually independent and strong, and and this is like different from the rest of the society, where people would like to keep their children under their wing. My dad was kind of a pioneer in thinking that each one has to make his life on his own, and so he really praised individualism, and was his main thing. And we were in the family, we're the kind of people where we don't really show emotions a lot, because we kind of think of emotions as kind of a weakness or something. So yeah, so this is basic. And my mom also, like, she's very also independent, and yeah, they were a good match.
They were a good match.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long were they together?
Well, they've been together. They were together like for about 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah.
You said they passed away.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, my dad was diagnosed with thyroid kind of cancer.
That's right.
Yeah, and like he struggled for a while, and he was supposed to be recovering, and then everything went bad, and he passed away within a year or so.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
that must have been hard.
Well, yeah.
And how was it with your mom after that?
Like a few years after that, my mom also, she was on vacation, and she went back home, and all of a sudden she had all those symptoms, and then she was diagnosed with gastric kind of she had a stomach cancer or something like this, and she went into a long surgery, and she was the kind of person who decided, like the doctors told her, if you go into the surgery, you either recover 100%, or like it would be the end of the thing. So she's the kind of person who would take the risk, and she went through the surgery. We thought that she made it at first, and then also the same scenario happened, and yeah.
And she passed away. And how long ago was this?
That was like 3 years ago.
3 years ago, wow.
Yeah.
And your father, how long ago did he pass away?
That was like 3 years before, like 6 years ago. Yeah.
I see. 6 years ago he passed away. How did you find your relationship with your mom after your dad had passed away?
It was the same as before. She was in her bubble, and she was like very distant, as like usual. And we kind of the death of my dad was like as if it's one event, and we went through it as if nothing happened. So we were like immediately recovering. We didn't do the grieving, and that was what she wanted, and this is what we did.
I see. Yeah. You were saying your family is not a very expressive
Yeah.
family, so
Yeah, I'm not expressive. Also, like I don't care about feeling. I don't like to. I like to be this like neutral kind of person where people cannot see through me, and I feel strong this way. This is how people see me, and this is how I think of myself.
So you think by not expressing yourself, by putting up a wall, it guards you. It keeps you
Yeah,
safe.
it does guard me. This is exactly what I feel. I feel like I'm very safe. I like block myself from. I put everybody at a distance, and it brings a lot of safety. Yeah, this is exactly how I feel about it. Yeah.
And it seems like it's always been like that for you growing up.
Yeah, this is how my dad used to deal with things, and it worked for me. Yeah.
I see. What is it you were saying you feel guilty about some things? Can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Yeah, I feel guilty because, like, I do say that I feel safe not to show emotions, but at some point I feel that I lost my parents, and I didn't have the time to tell them that I love them, and I do love them. And so I feel guilty that now they're gone, and I didn't have the opportunity to tell them this. And also my guilt comes from another point of view, because I feel that I should have been more genuine to them during their sick time.
What do you mean more genuine?
I mean, like, they were sick, and I felt like I was angry at them, because they were sick, and they were supposed to be there to support me and everything, and here they are, they're sick, and and they were terminally ill, and I needed to deal with that. So I was angry at them, and yeah, I didn't know how to deal with it.
Okay. And did you have the support of your brothers?
No, each one was in his doing his work and everything, and I had to do the main thing, like to be with them, with my parents, to go to like to the doctor appointment and to the hospital and everything, and I had to do all of this.
So it was kind of a burden just on your shoulders that you had to carry out alone.
Yeah, maybe I didn't think of it as a burden at that time, and I never felt that I was genuine to them. I never felt that.
Give me an example of a time that you feel you weren't genuine to them.
Like, I feel that I was not genuine for them. Like, for example, like I would, like, my mom would be laying in bed, and she's very sick, and she would ask for a glass of water, for example, and I don't know why I didn't feel like doing this thing, and I would bring her the water, but with anger, like, like, take the water.
Right.
Hmm.
So what I'm hearing is you had all this work to do for yourself and also to be there for your parents. You feel like you were the only one that was helping them out, doing everything you can. There was a lot going on, and you feel that the times that you did care for them, when you showed them, you didn't feel like it was something you wanted to do, or you didn't feel like maybe you didn't make them feel like it was something to, maybe you made them feel like they were a burden. Is that what's causing you guilt?
Yeah. I definitely, I always felt that I am making them uncomfortable, and that I am making them feel as if they are a burden. This is the guilt. This is where the guilt comes from, exactly, because this is like, and I think at that time I felt that they were a burden, and that's why I feel like it's not only them thinking that they are a burden, it's me believing that they are a burden. I needed to go with my life and do a lot of things, and they were a burden.
Well, I think you're right in a sense that you did need to go on with your life, and it's hard taking care of two parents that are terminally ill. I know you said at separate times.
Yeah.
But it's still a lot on you. So I do understand that. I do understand how hard they can be.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying this, but I'm coming from a culture where you're supposed to be there for your parents 100% with all the love, and I didn't fulfill this role and duty, and yeah.
I hear you. How do you think you could have fulfilled this duty? What more do you think you could have done? Or what else do you think you could have done to feel like you've done your all for them?
I don't know why I couldn't be genuine. This is the thing. I think that I could have like hugged my mom. I never did that, and I cannot like stop myself from thinking why I didn't hug her. She needed, like, I think she only needed a hug. She didn't need a lot of, but at the same time, she's the kind of person who keeps people at the distance. So I don't know how to think about it.
So was there ever a time that you hugged your mom or you did something for her that you felt you did genuinely?
Well, I don't know. Like sometimes I was trying to do things for her, like indirectly, because I didn't want her to know that I'm sad that she's sick. So I would like, I know that she would want to eat something, or like she has like a favorite food, or so I would ask a friend to bring this thing. I wouldn't bring it myself. I would like ask a friend to do it, but the thing is, the end result is that she has this food or this whatever she wants, but it's not coming directly from me. But the end result, that I was happy that she gets this thing,
Right.
Yeah.
And what about with your dad?
Yeah, my dad. I cannot. I don't know. I try to, like, if I want to think about it as being genuine, it's sometimes, he had this surgery where he couldn't talk. His larynx or something has been removed, I don't know. They had this thing where for him to be able to talk, but he had this voice where it comes in a very strange way. So I tried to take his phone calls because people wouldn't understand over the phone what he was saying. So this is what I tried to do, like to handle his business kind of things by just doing the logistics. Yeah, I think that was important for him at that time. So yeah, I tried to do that.
Are you happy about the things you did for them? The things that you did genuinely?
Yeah, now thinking about it, like, yeah, I always focus on the bad things or the non-genuine things that I've been doing, and maybe thinking about the good thing that I've done now brings a bit of warmth to my heart. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe one should like remember the good thing, but I'm always like focused on the guilt and on the negative things that happen. Yeah.
If you were to, just wondering, if you were to picture, think about tomorrow. If tomorrow you were to wake up and have this ideal world, a world that Nyla painted and exactly how you would want it to look like, what would it look like? What would it be like?
Well,